Hey Siri, navigate to the Walton Fox.
Getting directions to the Walton Fox.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I know where it is anyway, but here we go. Right, another update on my rejection of Miami, which I'm sure by now everybody knows I don't want to, and I think probably Citroen know that too, although I can't say I'm bothered, but they just won't reply. I don't know what's happening. I'm going away next week for 2 weeks. And I had a load of things planned, a load of things bought that I wanted to do, and a load of things that have been sent me that people wanted me to fit and test and make a video. So I'm just going ahead as if I'm not rejecting it. I don't want to reject it. There is marks in the door, there is a crack in the door. I think I can get the crack repaired. And worst comes to worst, I can always get the vehicle wrapped and you know, that will kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Something else has come up. The cracks don't seem to be getting any worse. Well, a couple of things have come up, which I'm mad at myself because I know better. I should know better. I go on to all my friends about the importance of tyre pressures and looking after your tyres. It's a big thing. It's the only thing that, that keeps your car on the road, really, going in a straight line, braking properly. Your tyres are a critical component of your car. I always like to get good tyres to start off with, and because the vehicle hasn't got a spare wheel, there's no safety, there's no canister, no slime to put in a tyre if you get a puncture. I decided that I would get a canister, but before that, the most important thing is an early warning system to know that your tyres are going down. So I bought a tyre pressure sensor. It works off solar energy and a rechargeable battery. So you kind of got belt and braces. In order to set it, I've not fitted it yet, but in order to set it, I thought I'd check the tyres, make sure they hadn't gone down since I got it. I must admit they're very fiddly. The hubcaps are pretty tight to get on and off. I've seen stories about people losing the hubcaps when they've messed about with them, and they're 80 quid a piece. So I didn't particularly want to do that. So anyway, today, as I say, my Mars bar, bunch of bananas, hands, I checked the tyres, and the front tyres are supposed to be 2.2 bar, which I believe is 32 pounds, 33 pounds, and the back ones 2 bar, so 29 pounds per square inch. Lo and behold, there's 2.6 bars in every tyre. Now, quite often when tyres are fitted, they blow them up over the pressure so that the rims, the rib around the edge of the tyre, the seam seals, it blows out over the little ridge and seals against the wall of the wheel. then the idea is that once you've done that, you adjust the tyre pressures when they're cold on the car to the right pressure. 2.6 bar, way too much in. And I've adjusted it, 2.2 bar in the front, 2 bar in the back, and it's a different car. It drives completely differently. The potholes, although in Preston are bad, you don't bounce out of them, and the whole car doesn't shudder. Like I'm going the same route to work, and it's probably worse than most cars, but it's not as bad as it was. So then I kind of thought to myself, you know, and there was another warning sign as well. When I put my personal reg number on, I took the old plates off that were screwed on, and the metal plates, and there was 4 holes. So it looked like it may have had different plates on as well. And I know somebody else's, their car was delivered, and it was the wrong car. It was delivered to the garage, they went to pick it up. It was the wrong car on the wrong registration number, registered to a different person. So I've looked back, and when I picked this vehicle up, Just Citroen at Preston, I've said before, they were too busy to clean the car, and they were perfectly willing to clean the car on the Monday, and it was Friday when it arrived, Thursday when it arrived, I think. The general manager was away, who was going to tell me when it came. It's his day off on Thursday, so he didn't tell me till Friday. But one of the other members of this forum had been into Just Citroen that day, and he sent me like a spoiler alert. Is this your car? Now I actually didn't recognise that it was Just Citroen at Preston, so I thought he'd just seen a vibe and he was winding me up. Anyway, the next day I got a text saying your car's here. So I said, is there any chance of taking a photo and sending it me? Because I was going to put it in the forum, my car's arrived, you know, and this is it. So the general manager sent me a photo, and it's the same background as the one the other person sent. I jumped in my car, went down, and I did a video. I did a 4K
so
video.
It's finally arrived.
All round, you know,
Not
the car's
been PDI'd
arrived
yet.
And so on.
So I can't
And to
have
be
it
fair,
till
whenever
Monday.
I pick a car up, whether it's a second-hand one,
But
I
that's
always
it.
video it, and I video it in 4K, so that if there is any damage, I can always tell. I can always go back to it.
Only time will tell if
I've
it's
never
worth the
even
wait.
thought of doing that with this car. It hadn't moved, it come off the transporter
I'm now
at
part
Just
of the
Citroen,
EV brigade.
and it was exactly there where the transport driver had left it.
Which I never thought
When I
I'd
saw
say.
it, when the person who photographed it the first time, when the general manager photographed it, and then when I went down in the afternoon. So guess what? The car was dirty. There was all these black streaks which Citroen Amis come with from the factory. It was dirty, I couldn't wait to get it, and Lance couldn't clean it for about a week or so. So I just carried on driving around in it. However, when Lance cleaned it and cleaned the black streaks off it, and down the door here, he noticed the crack. I thought it looks like stress because it's all around the doors. There's white marks all around the doors and in the door.
So I may be starting to overthink this, but as you can see, it's possible that the door is actually too tight. You see the white mark along the door edge there, and also if you go in there in the corner, which is where the rubber is, of course, there. So you've got a couple of marks there, which I'm a bit worried about. Maybe nothing, maybe just the way the Ami's pressed, but there isn't any of these marks on the other side. I'm just getting back to this again. As you can see there, that is There's no marks, it's not been shut on anything. It just looks like it's popped out, and you can see there, it's all almost, you can see around there, it's almost swelled out. So I don't know what the actual problem is, but we seem to be getting these white marks on the side here, on the outside, which would correspond, if there, you correspond directly, finger into there, and then there, and there you go, there's the white mark on the other side, and along there too, which is, that'll be a strengthener inside, I think, for the door, and one there.
So when I checked the tyres, and the tyres weren't right, I started to worry a bit. And I've looked back. This is the worst thing about Amis, you can't see traffic lights. When you're the first car, you can't see the traffic lights. So I've gone back and I've looked at the video. The video I posted was on Twitter, and it was I just did it 1080p quickly so it would load quickly. I've looked at the 4K video, and guess what? There's marks on the door. You can see the door. So I'm now guessing that the car was damaged in transit, and it's not stress marks. And I mean, I've been worried about the bars here. The bar looked like it was kinked.
So it looks like,
whether it is, I don't know.
You can see that.
But this little car has a character all of its own. And none of my friends, my girlfriend, you know, I've had Porsches, Range Rovers, Jags, and nobody can believe that I like it and that I drive around in this in preference to my Range Rover. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't drive anything like a Range Rover. Range Rovers are fantastic, and if I'm going to go on a trip, a run, then I'm going in my Range Rover. But just round town, this is fantastic. So I'm going to get it on the ramp. I was hoping that Citroen would contact me and say, right, let's get it in for an inspection, let's check it, let's make sure it's safe for you to be driving around in the meantime until we decide what we're going to do, whether we're going to take it back off you. I've had a quick look with my phone underneath and I couldn't see anything, but I'm going to get it on the ramp, and then I think, you know, I don't want to get rid of it. If you see, I've fitted my Cobra dash cam in here. I've fitted a USB, kind of a USB hub. So there's 4 ports there, it plugs into one. There's switches on. At the moment it's running my dash cam, and it's running. Here we go, let me just turn this up. There we go. Oh, honestly, well, I didn't expect that, and I didn't queue it up either, but let it be.
Take the second exit onto our stop lane.
So
Right onto Craven Drive.
let it be. It is what it is. I like the car. I don't want to get rid of it. It's perfect. They don't make Vibes anymore. Citroen did, well, Willis asked me whether I wanted my money back or whether I wanted to exchange. But I don't want to exchange. I like this car. As I say, it's these Amis, I truly believe that cars have a character of their own, like, kind of like dogs. and this one, it's just, I just like it. I've just fallen in love with it. It's brilliant, and I don't want to swap this one for another AMI. I could quite easily, when cars come in that have a chip in the windscreen,
Back to the next lights, turn right.
and it's not doing any harm, and people want the windscreen changing because obviously they don't want to pay for it, but it's quite safe.
Turn right onto Craven Drive, then at the roundabout,
It's quite
take the
safe.
first exit.
And it's a waste of money in my opinion. I hate wasting money. So I always say to them, you know, you could go out of here, you could set off from here
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto Craven Drive, then
And-
turn right.
get a chip in your windscreen. So, you know, it's a waste of money. And I also think that it's probably been bumped. Sadly, at some stage, it's been damaged, and there's a fair chance that I could leave that in the car park
Your destination.
and it could get damaged again. Why change a door? Why get a new door when this has got a couple of marks in? And I know it's annoying. It's a new car. You know, it should be right. It is. It's very annoying. Do I want to change it? No. Do I want a different door? Not really, because I think this will now be faded. This has been outside. It was overdue 3 months or so. I think they were waiting for parts. So it was probably parked out in the sun on a compound in Morocco. Ah, hang on a second. Look there. Oh, the other thing is, I've been invited to a Citroen club meeting. Oh dear me. And just look what's there. Just look at that beauty. I think I'm a little bit early. I'm going to go and park over there. Yeah, so I'm going to be fitting my tyre pressure monitor. I've fitted the sound bar here, which is Bluetooth, so it will just play. It's got a remote control like that. Sorry, like that. I can switch it on, that's the on switch. I can fast forward tracks and knock it off, mute it. So I don't want to send it back. I'm not happy. I don't want to send it back. So if Citroen have won, they've worn me down. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. I don't want another one. I'm either having none or I'm keeping this. They're not that easy. It's my wheel trims I'm worried about most. You can just about see in that mirror. There we go. That's it. That's the update on the Citroen blog. I'm going to take some video of the other cars that come and I'll put them on the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Do you want me to just move up a bit? Hang on, 1 second, sorry. Is that okay there?